Hi everyone, so I'm just going to be doing a small video on how I do my daily astrophotography setup for deep sky imaging, and I'll be setting up here. As you can see, it's not finished right now and I might have a pier built in the middle, but right now I'm just going to be using my tripod and mount. My mount. This is a Ioptron CEM40 equatorial mount, and it's center balanced, and it also comes with this iPolar electronic polar scope. And you can see I have 3 vibration suppression pads to reduce the vibrations, and I'll be mounting my telescope on this now. First I'll put this 4.5 kg counterweight. This is my telescope and guide scope. Now I'll balance the mount. So first in back axis, and I'll remove the lens cap so it doesn't affect the balance. So right now it's a little front heavy, so I'll adjust it. So right now it looks balanced in the declination axis. Now I do the RA axis. This is my setup. This is a William Optics G61 main scope and a Bresser guide scope. It's a little big for this scope, but I'll be using this on my other bigger telescope later. So right now I'm just using this for the Z61. And this is a ASI 1600 mm Pro cooled mono camera and 8 position electronic filter wheel. And this is a Bresser guide camera, and I've attached all these cables to the cable management port on the mount, which is quite good because all the cables go in the deck axis and there's no risk of cables tangling. And this is the mount. So now I just be plugging in all the cables and attaching them to my mount. So everything is now plugged in. As you can see, I have one cable going for my iPolar and my guide scope, and another for the mount, and all these are going into this USB hub which is connected to my laptop. And I have NINA, which is Nighttime Imaging and Astronomy software open, which controls all my astrophotography. And yeah, now I just have to wait for it to get dark and then I'll polar align. So right now I'm doing my polar alignment. I'll just adjust the screws on the mount, and you can see that I have to put the cross in the middle of the circle. And when it's perfect polar alignment, it turns green, so that way I know that I have quite a precise polar alignment. And sometimes it can shift and change throughout the night, so every few hours I just recheck the polar alignment using this software. You can see there's the star Vega, and there are Jupiter and Saturn, and I just used a Bahtinov mask on my scope to focus, and you can see that it's perfectly focused right now. So I've just started my sequence for tonight. My first target is the Western Whale Nebula, which is right up there, and I'm going to be doing around 1 hour of HA and 1 hour of O3. So you can see my subs have started coming. Yeah, so you can see there is the Western Whale Nebula, and that is Pickering's Triangle. So, and you can see on PHT I'm auto guiding right now. This is my graph, and right now my RMS error is around 0.62, which is pretty good. Anything under 1.0 is good. And yeah, so this is my live view, and this sequence will take around 2 hours to complete. After finishing the sequence, I stacked all the photographs in Deep Sky Stacker and I processed them in Photoshop and Lightroom. What you're looking at is the remnant of a supernova that happened between 10 and 20,000 years ago. I'm quite happy with the result that I got. Have a look.